Twerp here. Well, Brian, DoorDash Gig Economy Police. Dude, seriously, quit changing your goddamn channel name, dude. I can't even remember a guy's name when it's Mike, if I just met him. Dude, I'm playing, but I'm not. All these channel names, they keep changing. I used to do that. I used to have about 4 or 5 of them on here. Torpedo again, Drama Torp, all that. They're killing those channels off one by one for non-use. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like, I just want to be known by one name. Man, we got a fucking hot minute here to pass. So I'm going to try to do it as best I can. First off, you guys notice that I've been sharing Brian's Dad-13 is a liar and a fraud. And it's trying to deceive the gig drivers. He is not to be trusted. Hey, amen. I kind of fucked up earlier in a comment, no big deal. But me and Brian haven't always seen eye to eye on every single fucking thing. But at the end of the day, we always did. It's just kind of like getting there sometimes was a bit of a challenge. I think, yeah, this, and he thinks that. But at the end of the day, we both think the same thing. We just... Again, we got there in a different way. All right, whoa, that was such a slowdown. Whoops. So he put up this thing with Dad-13. I heard all this shit about copyright, and everybody's threatening everybody about copyright, and they're going to court. I'm like, I'm sorry, dude. There's a reason why I don't edit videos. I don't edit videos because I don't have to worry about what I did. So if anybody wants to copyright me, they're going to have to copyright me on myself. So, Dad Dash is nothing but a fucking puke, all right? He's a bad puke, too. I mean, I ain't never heard anybody tell somebody that they fucked up, they were wrong because of them. They fucked up and they were wrong because of themselves. They were the problem. They need to look in the mirror. Is that not what Dad Dash 13 said? I watched Brian's video just tonight. Well, it's actually 2 days old, but I watched it tonight. Man, how the fuck do you get off telling people that they're the ones that are wrong? They need to look in the mirror. They made bad choices. Let me ask you something, Dad Dash. What good choice did you actually make in your life? You know why you're sitting there preaching about charts and money and business models? You're also sitting here preaching about how to be successful as a gig worker. What? Isn't that how we got here? Pedro fucked up so bad, he had to appeal being fucking destroyed by AdSense. So, yeah, they brought him back. But what are you doing here, man? You're not Pedro. You're not a 3.0. You're not a 4.0. You're a lying little motherfucker that decided to get his fucking ball sacks all fucking juiced up and blue-balled and try to blow his monkey spunk all over the goddamn bottom feeders with this bullshit about looking in the mirror. You gotta blame yourself for making bad decisions when the companies that you work for are out to fucking fuck you in the ass anyway? Who are you defending, man? What's your defense mechanism here? You're gonna tell all the gig workers, all the dashers, all the fucking, goddamn, according to you, even the fucking drive share people. I wonder if they've had a chance to hear your fucking shit. I'd be curious to hear what they had to say about, look in the mirror, there's the problem. I'm like, well, maybe look at YouTube and the shit that you believed in for 12 fucking months. The people that fucking lied to you and said, it's this easy to do. You can make this much money, and this is how you do it. And then we look fucking 9 months later. It's like, wait a minute. You used a glitch? You used a fucking glitch to get your AR up so that you could get the better orders. Sort of. Because I'll be honest with you guys, I've been at 93%. I'm back down to 45, making better money at 45. Yeah, I guess I must have looked at myself in the mirror. I was like, now wait a minute. Why am I making less money at 93 as a top dasher in the diamond program and the pizza program, and I'm making less money driving more miles than I was at 45%, which I am today? I did $160 in 10 hours. That's a real fucking thing right there. I wasn't making no $160 as a top. I'm a top dasher until fucking November, but that's only because I earned it from last month. But I'll be goddamn if I'm going to sit here and let somebody tell me, look at yourself in the mirror, sir. Sir, this is Dad Dash 13. Look at yourself in the mirror. If you want to blame somebody, blame yourself. I'm like, motherfucker, if I never got up on YouTube to begin with, I wouldn't have anybody to blame but myself. The problem is I did get up on YouTube, and I did listen to Pedro, I did listen to Flex, I did listen to Sin Cities, I did listen to DoorDash Divers, and for some goddamn stupid reason, I tripped over my own 2 feet and listened to DoorDash Dad Dash 13. And I was like, wait a minute, what? This motherfucker wasn't nothing but a strange smell in the attic before Flex picked him up. Now all of a sudden he's got over 1,000 fucking subs, and his ratio's gotta be one of the worst for views. And I'm like, wait a minute, how the fuck are you gonna tell me that I'm the problem when you clearly can't find your way out of a problem? You're in such a bad spot, you're actually begging people. That's what you're doing right now. You haven't had the fucking balls to actually say what you're doing, which is fucking up. Ever since Flex took you under his fucking wing and gave you a fucking diaper the way you feel like you can do no wrong because they let you run their lives. Look at their fucking lives, bro. What are their lives doing? Their lives are worse than they've ever been. Dad Dash 13, please. Hold on a fucking second, will you? Do you realize that when you're preaching to the choir and it's a bunch of fucking zombies, you have literally done nothing? Because that's what you're doing. Brian, he spoke on it. I had to speak on it. What are you doing? Do you know what you're doing? Do you really think that you're going to achieve Pedro 3.0? Because right now, I think the 2.0 belong. I don't know who it belongs to. Nobody's really that fucked up as Pedro is. They want to have his subs and his views and his money. I get that. But let's just say, for an example, once that somebody on this side of the fence got some traffic. Let's just say that they did that. And they became the Pedro 2.0 on the other side of the fence. And they became the Brian or the Torp or the Rev or Hot Facts or Jeff Thomas Black or Glitch Dash with 60,000 subs. What the fuck would you guys do then? Would you say that you need to look in the mirror to see what's wrong? Maybe you would. I don't know. Moving on a little bit, but I got a little bit to add to that real quick. Why would you tell somebody to look in the mirror as if they're the problem when you know good goddamn and well, brother, that if you have to look at charts, which you don't have nothing to do with anybody else, but if you have to look at charts in your market, that means the system's fucked you in the ass. You shouldn't have to look at charts. You should know full good goddamn and well, if you're going to get in your car, put some gas in it, know your market well, what's going to happen next? You're going to make good choices, but you're still going to get fucked. You got to work around getting fuckery. The fuckery you got to work around. And when you work around that fuckery, you might make some money. But that fuckery is in full effect. Every time that fuckery hits your phone, you see it, don't you? You don't need some motherfucker like Dad Dash 13 telling you, if you can't make good decisions, that's on you. Look in the mirror. You're the problem. It's like, nah, bro. The world's the problem. This whole world is fucking everybody. When we were getting fucking charged $3 for a loaf of bread some 6 months ago, did I have to look in the mirror to... What happened when I looked in the mirror? Oh, man, Torp, that's you. You did that. You made a bad choice. You went to the wrong store. Dude, motherfucker, they were all charging $3 goddamn a loaf of bread. Eggs were $5 sometime fucking 6 months ago. How are you going to tell people it's on them? This is why you're a fucking douchebag in the highest respect, Dad Dash 13. Your douchebaggery, your fuckery, your fucking lies, your stupidity. You're trying to get that AdSense going and we see it. See, this is what makes fucking AdSense channels suck to me. They blow hard shit all the goddamn time. And they say they don't like drama, but that's what the fuck they doing. Go ahead, man. Keep telling people it's their fault. Dead Dash 13. Keep on telling them it's their fault. Look in the mirror. It's your fault. You did it. You did it. Keep on doing that, bro. See where it gets you. See how that pans out. I'm really curious to see how he looks in the next 6 months. Motherfucker, you gotta quit talking about somebody else. Like you know. Yeah, you don't fucking know. If you know, you wouldn't even be on YouTube. Being Dad Dax 13. I got answers. League Rose. I got answers, League Rose. Man, no, you got 2 left feet, you walking in a fucking circle. You got a real bad attitude, man. And I tell you right now, I just let that beard grow in. Personal shit don't apply on this fucking platform, but I'll tell you right, let that beard grow in, because we're seeing this shit around your lips. You need to cover that shit up, man. It's just coming right out of your mouth. Look in the mirror, motherfuckers. You're the problem. How dare you, motherfucker? Do you know how many of us have had to learn this fucking goddamn thing on our own? Little did a lot of us know, we didn't need no Pedros or fucking Flexes. We didn't need no fucking Sin Cities. We didn't need no fucking DoorDash Tire. We didn't need none of that shit. Bentley. What we needed to do is go out there and find out how bad it was on our own. You guys didn't give us no fucking input. None of the shit that you guys said applied to our markets, applied to our fucking bank books. My electric company couldn't give a fuck who Pedro is. Couldn't give a fuck who DoorDash Tire is. And actually at this point, I'm not sure anybody knows who the fuck, and I hate to say this, Dad Dash 13 is, but I got a feeling they are now. I opened my big up goddamn mouth, didn't I? He's probably going to get bank off that. He ain't going to give me shit off that. He ain't doing it now, but watch him do it next. That's all right, dude. He's going to get paid anyway. Flex will see to that. Anybody that supports Flex is going to get paid. Don't matter if they're right or wrong. Everybody over there is getting paid, man. It's like a big puff give on the bullshit. I puff give in the real, dude. I lay down with my brothers. I'm like, let's just lay down. Let's just smoke some pot and talk some shit, dude. We doing it right. They doing it wrong. They ain't never going to get it, because that's the way it is. So you can't really rely too much on that. But speaking to Pedro, I saw Eli. Now this is going to hurt a little bit. I get that the knee-jerk reaction is going to pop a little bit, and I'm down with that. I got just enough drink right here and a little bit of cigarette lit. I got a lighter. It's got some fluid in it. Eli, it's your turn, brother. And you know what? I usually don't do this. Those of you that know. Eli, you know, I listen to all your haters come over to my channel and tell me that you were a douchebag and tell me that you fucked a lot of people in your past. I didn't listen to none of that shit. I wanted to see it for myself. I was waiting for that myself. I make my own assessments. Nobody tells me what to think. Not even goddamn once ever on this platform or in my life has anybody told me what to think. Man, when I fucking see it, when I fucking hear it, and my fucking brain goes boom, then you know it. I don't speak for anybody. I will say I believe in somebody, but I don't speak for them. I ain't trying to promote anybody that I don't believe in. But I got pretty jacked up with Eli's last video. I ain't never seen anybody on their knees in that position. Eli's been doing calisthenics, man. He's got some yoga going on. To bend over and suck Pedro's dick like that, I thought I was losing my fucking mind. And the very second that I saw myself losing my mind, I was like, no, fucking wait a minute. You kind of saw this earlier. Talking about fucking cars in the gig economy, like they're going to break down and you can't sustain this, you can't sustain that. I'm like, why aren't you going to talk about the self-made mechanics, brother? The shade tree mechanics. There's a lot of us motherfuckers out here like AZ Arizona, Uber, Jeep. He like me. He works on his own shit. There's some shit he can't take, but 90% of it he can. Why didn't you bring that up, Eli? Why was that not brought up? I brought it up. You didn't. You fucking ignored it. Why? Because you want your point to be made? Last time I saw you get all butthurt was the last time I saw you say, wait a minute, I got 350 fucking views, but only 2 people commented. Why do you think that is, brother? I didn't do that to you. Pedro didn't do that to you. I guess maybe that's the one time Dad Dash 13 got it right. Look in the fucking mirror, Eli. Who did that to you? 350 views, 2 comments, 4 comments, 6 comments. I'm sorry, guys, but I think we see where the real lies. It's in the comments. It ain't in the views. It ain't in the subs. It ain't in the box. It ain't even in the likes. This is a fucking hard place to live in. If you got enough people with goddamn nerve to come up here with channels that actually got videos on them, which I just found out tonight, busted out almost 120 comments on my last fucking video, 80% of them got fucking videos up. These are actually real channels. Son of a bitch, and fuck me twisted. How did that even fucking happen? I ain't no better than anybody on this motherfucker other than the fact that I don't play games with somebody that's going to build my channel up. I build my channel up by myself. Somebody likes it. We on a roll, brother. Let that shit ride. $100 on red, 21. What are you going to do? Argue with it? Are you going to keep on fucking bullshitting people and fucking making your channel look like something that it ain't? Eli, you know, I'm not over you, but you got work to do. Eli, you ain't no coach. And we ain't got no coach. It ain't just you, brother. I ain't just pointing you out. We ain't got no coach here at all. It sure the fuck ain't Dad Dash 13. Telling people to look in the fucking mirror. Look in the fucking mirror and see what? The whole goddamn community in fucking disarray? What'd you do to solve that? Go ahead and call out the one motherfucker that started the whole goddamn glitchgate, Pedro, and tell him that you wanted to suck his dick because he's got a family? Well, who the fuck ain't got a family? Whose family ain't important? My family was important when I was supporting your channel, but it ain't important no more because I said Robert Reese rocked. That's when you fucked up on me. You fucked up on me when you did that. Dude, I see shit. I know my surroundings. But now all of a sudden you Pedro's biggest fucking butt buddy, huh? Because Pedro's got more views than you do, more subs than you do. You think he's gonna do for you what he did for Dad Dash 13? Inadvertently, that was actually flex. They brought him up from like 700 subs to fucking over 1,000. So he's going to start making this $25 a month. Maybe someday he'll be a big star and make 1,000 a month. He might do a fucking Arizona Jeep, $886 a month. He might do that. He could do that. Fucking laugh at us all. He got to sleep with himself though. I mean, he might be able to do that. I'm sure his wife won't be too offended by it. A little extra money in the house is good, even if you got to be a douchebag to do it. I don't know. My wife, she'd probably get pissed at me. She'd be like, you going to keep on being an asshole like that? I don't know, man. The rent's paid. We'd have a talk, campfire. We look at it and be like, I don't know. Is it worth it? What are you doing? I was like, well, paying the rent. I'm sure that's what Pedro says. Now Dad Dash 13 is going to start saying that, and I'm sure Eli's saying that. I don't give a fuck how I got to get my rent paid, but it's getting paid. I'm like, well, isn't that where all this shit started at? All these motherfuckers lying to us so they could pay the rent? So how the fuck does that make them special? Every one of us got to pay our rent, don't we? You gonna really lie to the people to get that shit done? Take advantage of the stupid to fucking get agreed with? Alright. I understand that. I've seen it before. It ain't gonna stop. I get it. You're probably gonna pop twice as hard tomorrow because I mentioned y'all. I figured that out a long time. You know what? What am I gonna do? Say no? Do it. Make your money. You gotta leave a motherfucker alone when he earns his money. But remember this. When you're making your money in a fucking way that is like, you know what you're doing and it ain't legit. I mean, seriously? Do you think it's gonna last? Do you? I don't know, maybe it will. It could. Jesus Christ. Talk about being a slave to the apps. You motherfuckers are a slave to the dollar worse than any app gig worker. You're worse slaves than we are. You're counting on AdSense to take care of your rent. So you're going to lie to your audience, you lie to your gig workers. You're going to lie to everybody to get that rent paid. Guess what that tells me? That tells me you can't cut it in the real. You got to lie to pay your bills. Ain't that a bitch? Yeah. Dad 13. You have officially been fucking served. You can't do shit on your own. And you going to tell people to look in a fucking mirror to see who the fucking person is that fucked their life up when you yourself had no life before the very people that fucked everybody else's life up took you in to support their bullshit lies and manipulation. How dare you, man? You got no credibility, brother. You got no game. As a matter of fact, I don't even think you got no friends. Not really. The only friends you got are the ones that when you keep on pumping fucking bullshit up their skirt, they're going to keep on loving you. I guarantee you, most of these motherfuckers are talking behind your back like, what the fuck is this crayon-eating motherfucker even talking about? I knew that little fat chubby motherfucker, 5 years old, ate crayons and fucking told on everybody and said he had all the answers. Meanwhile, we all grew up and became fucking 10-year-olds and found out that little chubby son of a bitch was just jealous and couldn't get shit done himself. So he had to rely on being a fucking hall monitor and fucking agreeing with the fucking other people in the school that he fucking thought were the cool ones, when in fact they were the insecure ones that couldn't fucking do anything right, other than the fact that they were in charge because they had the fucking scholarships. I'm Mr. Super Cool. Oh, jeez. I should have retired my last video. I said I was going to, but I didn't. But this Dad 13 thing, that's too much. That's worse than Flex. How in the fuck did a Flex coattail rider end up getting exposure by Brian and now me? I'll be honest with you guys, now I'm making myself sick. The fact I'm even bringing him up, I just brought him up. The worst fucking son of a bitch, the little puke that he is, got my attention. At least I didn't have to give him a view for it. I got that information off of DoorDash. Gig economy police. Brian. There is something to be said about listening to your homies, the ones that won't steer you wrong. I am going to say this one last time, then I'm out of here. Know your fucking surroundings. And unlike Pedro, know your worth. Your worth isn't up to the gig community. It's up to you. You get to laugh at these motherfuckers every time you make bank. The only time they make bank is when they get views on YouTube. They getting paid on AdSense. They don't give a fuck about your fucking gig work. God damn it, son of a bitch, motherfucker. Cut sucking, goddamn straight up suck a dick. Take that shit down tall. They don't give a fuck about you. They never did. Get Dad 13, Pedro. They don't. The motherfucker, man. As long as you goddamn sucking their dick, that's all they care about. Keep that shit up. Don't let them get blue balls. Don't let it happen. They'll fucking oust you too. They'll send you off of alive. They'll mute your ass. And it's been a long time coming, man, but Dad 13 and Eli have finally made a record for me. They have made a record. Don't do what I do. Do what I preach. Torp out.